So today, we're going to try coloring to relieve stress, because a lot of people say that it helps them relieve stress, so today that's what we're going to do. We're going to relieve stress by coloring. Here we go. I feel better. Alright, welcome to I Just Started. I'm John, and today we're going to cover a couple of stories. One is a police story that I think is hilarious, and the other one is one that my wife showed me today that is disturbing to say the least. But let's start with the police story. So, there's this girl, 16 years old. She worked most of her teenage life to buy this vehicle, and according to the officer, just the nicest, sweetest child. And so she buys this vehicle, and not long after it gets stolen. So the officers are asking her about, did she know who it was? Does she know what they looked like or anything? And she had no idea and was just absolutely torn up about her vehicle. And the officers felt really bad, but then she told them that her cell phone was in her vehicle when it was stolen. So, one of the officers, he's not loose cannon, but he doesn't have the tightest bolts either. Every agency's got a few of those. Anyway, this officer takes his cell phone and calls the girl's cell phone, and sure enough, the carjacker picks up the phone, and the officer says, "Hey, you stole my girl's car, you're a bitch, I'm gonna come beat the crap out of you," all this stuff. And this guy says, "I'm gonna F you up, and then I'm gonna F your girl," something like that. And they get into this heated verbal argument. And it leads to the officer saying, "Well, meet me at Chevron on Main, and we're gonna sort this out." And it's like, "Fine, you're on." And so they go over to Chevron, they set up, they hide their vehicles, and they get the officer who looks most like a teenager, the one that, clean shaven face, just looks really young, get him in plain clothes and stick him right out in front of the Chevron. The officer telling the story says he told his partner, there's no way this guy shows up. There's no way this guy is dumb enough to show up. Sure enough, Dr. Dinkus comes driving in the stolen vehicle, and gets out of the car, and they pull up, and they arrest him and everything. And the moral of that story is, don't be an idiot. So, this next one, I'm just gonna read it. This is off of World News Daily. The title says, "Man transported to hospital after getting squirrel stuck in his rectum." Just mull that one over for a second. Now I'm going to put a picture up of the x-ray here, because the x-ray is almost more funny than what's happening. Oh, it says here, he told me he had fallen on his pet squirrel named Slimy, and the animal was now stuck in his anus. I was convinced that it was a teenager making a prank call. He kept screaming out in pain as the animal was biting and scratching him. Oh, and there's a picture of the guy with his pet beforehand as well. Oh, hell. Every year, an average of 5,739 Americans are hospitalized after getting foreign objects stuck in their anal cavity. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that this is news. Oh. Among these foreign objects, an average of 19 are animals. Holy hell. "19 animals, including mostly fishes, snakes, and small rodents like mice or rats." Ha! Oh my gosh. According to data collected by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Mr. Frankfurt is the first American to get a squirrel stuck in his rear end since 2007. Congratulations, Mr. Frankfurt. Congratulations. Oh. Well, I hope that I've disturbed you to a reasonable point today. I guess hit like on the video. I wouldn't like this video that much. Anyway, the artwork, I'm not a big fan of the artwork I did this week, but I figured every once in a while I need to show the failures, because most of the time the failures are where you learn something. The failures are where you learn how to become better and how to improve. And I am a huge believer that failure is just a way to grow. And I think one of the biggest lessons we can learn this week is that failure teaches you not to shove live animals inside yourself. Anyway, hit subscribe to see more every single week, and we'll see you next time. Ugh.